Hello friends and welcome to episode 751 of the ChairShot Podcast. We are back once again with another wonderful episode for you. In tow is Mr. Paul Griffin. Hello, Paul.
Hello, Joe. Well, I'm hair Paul Griffin this week because I'm wearing my Germany.
Griffin in his Germany kit. He's cheering on the old Germans. Barry not with us, unfortunately couldn't make it this week due to family commitments, but we have got a lovely show for you. We've just finished watching Brazil come back from 1-0 down against Japan to go through the late injury time winner. So it was a pretty good game.
They did the old Undertaker sit up from the dead.
Yeah.
It was a fun game. I mean, Brazil, again, continued to flatter to deceive a little bit. And actually, they certainly deceived me because when they sent Martinelli on, I went, this guy is so symptomatic of all the problems with Brazil. They used to have all of these wonderful flair players. Now they're fucking sending on Martinelli, a player whose peak in the Arsenal team was a good 6 years ago. Scores the winner, of course. Made me look,
of course he does.
Like a bit of a twat.
He did, yes. It has been a hell of a week for the work. Let's cover off quickly the World Cup news before we're going to review Forbidden Door, which was, of course, also last night. But we'll get a bit of a World Cup update. So I think the most exciting part, Cape Verde, drawing with Saudi Arabia to go through to the next round. Nation of 500,000 people. It's a small group of islands off the coast of Africa, which was populated by the Portuguese. Just reading that off my notes here.
You've got the notes.
Yeah, I mean, they ground it out. It wasn't exactly, shining, but they were determined. They had a setup. They knew what they were doing, and they did really well. It was very good. Stuck through. So I look forward to seeing them versus Argentina. That should be the kind of
should. I mean, that's been the Cape Verde thing of the first three games. Certainly is just their rear guard ability to absorb teams and not let them in and give away silly goals. Poor Scotland. We'll talk about them in a minute. Scotland doing more so the sort of Mr. Bean school of defending. Of course, I'll just mention again. From an Ireland point of view, our one player at the World Cup, of course, having a good one. I would not be surprised if he were to get. He's not a spring chicken, unfortunately, but I wouldn't be surprised if he got a little move to the Championship or something equivalent.
Where does he play now? League of Ireland.
In the League of Ireland for Shamrock Rovers.
Yeah. Oh, he's a Shamrock fella, is he? Okay.
Pico Lopez. Here you go. Roberto Lopez undefeated. I don't know. I think he's kind of, this is maybe looking at it with Irish eyes, but I think he's been kind of the Cape Verde team, the player that's kind of stood out to me as, anytime a ball comes in, you always see him here now with his big old head.
Fair enough.
I will say as well, on that topic, I know we'll get to the other games in a second, but when the World Cup or the Euros hits, one thing you're always keeping an eye on is players who stand up and make themselves known and get a big transfer ultimately off the back of the World Cup. I still don't think we've had too many of those.
No, it's been the big stars. The big stars have been showing out. The Mbappes, the Vinnies, the Haalands, the Messi, or he's at the end, but Kane's done all right. No big surprises so far. We'll see. Maybe
no young guns.
Someone will emerge. Yeah. Speaking of young guns, Cristiano Ronaldo is back, baby. He scored.
Speaking of players who are bagging the gold,
scored against Uzbekistan. So there we go. That's his sort of opposition, really, doesn't it? It's like week in, week out, Uzbeki players. But it was funny because probably my moment of that round was I was on the way home from work. London Bridge Station, there's like a wine bar just outside the station that has these giant screens all in it, so you can see the football. Right. And if you're not inside, you can kind of still see the football. So I briefly stopped because I could see a Portugal free kick that Ronaldo was hovering over, and I was like, he's going to fucking miss this. My highlight of the week is he does all of the big puffing up the chest. And, come on. And then he lets someone else take it. I thought that was hilarious. That is so, I think the self-awareness of to him to kind of do the whole fake out and how he never lets anyone else take a free kick, and then he uses that to his advantage. That was like pure pro wrestling. Like I really like that. So yeah, Portugal win, then draw with Colombia.
I wonder if Portugal might apply some of that logic to the rest of their game outside of that one free kick they did, because it still seems like it's Ronaldo has to score above anybody else. Get the ball to Ronaldo, let him score. Even if he's in a position where he's not really got a great chance at a goal, he'll kick it. And,
I think that'd be a problem. The share's Croatia. That could be a tough. That's going to be tough for him.
I don't know. I think I said last week, I think Croatia are a bit of a... They're a team coasting on their reputation from years back.
I think they kind of grow into it. They find a way to win. I think.
Well, it'll be Ronaldo versus Perisic and Modric in the battle of the WWE main event level aged players.
Cope and Cage and Chris Jericho.
Yeah. That Portugal Colombia game was fun though. For 0-0. I very much enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So, I'm a little bit late, but I did enjoy it. There's a German. Yeah. Speaking of,
lose to Ecuador in a shock result.
Yeah. They were already through though.
They were through. They changed the team, but I thought Ecuador, really great to see them fight. I like when you have a team who looks like they've just been completely shit, but then they just like get the fighting spirit in the third game, but just like, right, fuck it, let's have a go. Speaking of which, Scotland, we'll come back to that. You know what I mean? They're just like, and then you get that suddenly out of nowhere, they look completely hopeless, and it's like, oh fuck, they managed to score twice against Germany and win. So that was
the thing with those South American teams outside Brazil or Argentina, they all look real quick going forward. With the Colombia, Ecuador. So if they can use that to their advantage, maybe they'll get further than expected.
So we'll see. They got Mexico next, so that could be
next another one. Real quick going forward.
Yeah.
Dangerous on the counter.
Yeah.
I think Mexico will probably beat them. Mexico will look good.
England, in the end, won the group.
Yeah.
Kept 2 clean sheets. I don't know. Whenever I watch England, all I can think is every time they cross a ball or shoot, I go, oh, they're shit. Oh, shit. Rashford shit. Got Saka shit. Gordon shit. Everyone other than Kane. Everyone other than Kane and Bellingham, I just call everyone shit. But I don't. Part of that is just my fan bias, where like when we watch Man United, you just go, shit. Blah, blah.
Not this last season. I've been loving it, but the season before, yes.
But when it's not working well, you're just like, shit.
It is funny. It is funny as a non-Englishman watching the England fan cycle.
Yeah,
which is, it's the 60th minute. England are still 0-0 with some shit arse team, and it's just have a complete mental breakdown. What are these players doing? We can't be. And then England will, win 2-0 in the end or whatever. Anyway.
Yeah,
it's just the struggle to get there. I figured they were going to beat Panama after they struggled against Ghana. I thought Panama wouldn't be as strong a team to be able to hold them out for the whole game. But England continue to make Tuchel's squad selection seem stranger and stranger with each passing game.
Well, I don't know who I would put in there. I know people say, "Oh, we need Cole Palmer." I feel they did on fuck all. They did on absolutely fuck all.
But that's the thing.
You're slagging him off, going, "Oh, he's shit. Shouldn't have brought him." It's whoever we left behind is the answer.
Yeah, would have got that. But I mean,
Trent. We needed Trent. Oh, Trent would have.
Well, Trent is the one where I do feel like, okay, you brought Reece James, who is, I mean, Reece James is a really good player. Reece James is going to get injured at the drop of a hat, and has. And then the backup is like Kwanzaa, who's not really a right back. And did they have another right back who else got injured? Who am I thinking of?
James Kwanzaa. No, wait.
Okay.
So I thought. Well, Livramento went home.
Livramento got injured before the tournament.
Yeah.
So,
but he did bring like 4 right backs, so maybe he was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm ready for this. Be prepared."
And I still think the Maguire one is crazy. Given again, Kwanzaa and Stones are there. Maguire is such, okay, whatever you feel about Maguire, we're obviously United fans, so we're going to be a little bit biased, but he's the perfect, England are struggling against Ghana, stick on the biggest head in England for, some corners towards the end of the game. they don't really like. Okay, let's say in the round of 32 or the round of 16, England are in that situation again, or let's say they're even behind going into the 82nd, 83rd minute.
Mm-mm.
Who are you throwing on? Like John Stones isn't the same threat from set pieces. Do you know what I mean? Or especially given that the team, as you said, seems quite formatted around whipping crosses in the whole game. You know, God forbid Kane gets an injury, because I don't know what they would do then. But as, you know, ultimately, despite the struggles during the game, those were all pretty what I expected, more or less. You know, they're through. So,
France gave Norway a bit of a beating. I was kind of surprised about that. I was looking forward to that game. I thought, that could be...
Norway put out the reserves. They did the old switcheroo.
I know.
It didn't even come on, though. I was so looking forward to Haaland versus Mbappe.
I was looking forward to that, but yeah, real disappointment there. But France looked, they just battered them.
Yeah.
And then, poor old Scotland. Dear me. They had a glimmer of hope because they were at the bottom of the third place table. You had a couple of people below them. It was like a few results go this way, a few results go that way. Ultimately, nearly every result went the wrong way. So, yeah, they finished with Uruguay, 2-time former winners. So, you know.
1-time former winners if you count the World Cup.
The World Cup charity show.
Before it was the World Cup
thing, yeah.
I mean, that Scotland-Brazil game where Scotland it was like watching Sideshow Bob step on the rakes for the first 40 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Scotland really needed to come away from that game with a draw. And so, but then they didn't set up like that. You know what I mean? They're playing so dangerously at the back. The keeper passes out to the defender. The defender has no idea what's going on around them. Constantly slipping on banana peels. Like every goal was off the back of a Scotland mistake, including a goal that was disallowed. So it was 4 goals. It was freebies.
It was. I mean, it was a tough group. I give them that. Brazil and Morocco is going to make it very tough. But then you kind of have to think, well, against Haiti, that means we're going to have to score some goals. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, they scored 1. I mean, what was the team that went through? Yeah, I mean, Senegal 3 points and they plus 2 goal difference. So if Scotland had, they would need to score like 5 or 6 against Haiti, but
or defend better against
Brazil and only lose 1-0 to Brazil.
Yeah,
and be Haiti.
But we've seen this Brazil team ain't great.
No, they could have done it.
Battered Scotland though.
So that's Scotland out. Any other results you wanted to flag up? I think a lot of it's expected. I mean, nothing.
Yeah, we had South Africa go out yesterday, of course.
Yeah.
In the first knockout game. I'm forgetting who beat them for some reason. But was it? Oh, it was Canada.
Canada, yeah.
Canada through, which is nice. And then Brazil. So Canada and Brazil, the first 2 of the last 16.
Very good.
And Germany tonight, hopefully. But Germany, as we talked about, a little bit up and down. But enjoy the World Cup. There's a tasty game on tonight. I'm wondering if I go to bed and then I haven't been doing this so far, but I'm thinking as we get into the knockouts, we might need to get a little bit into the set the alarm, get up in the middle of the night, watch the game, go back to bed.
Watch the game, go to bed, yeah.
Because Netherlands against Morocco.
That's good. It's tempting to me.
Sounds
I am off tomorrow, so I might do it.
There we go.
So that was the World Cup. I said we'll quickly run through some wrestling news just before we get on to Forbidden Door. We've got a few updates here. Do you want to take us through these, Paolo?
I will do. Let's start with everyone's favorite wrestling company. That's right. It's the Fed. So Joe, cast your mind back to just after the pandemic. WWE are hot as possible. They're firing on all cylinders. They've got this kid. I'll tell you frankly, this kid El Generico has got a hell of a future. Excalibur, quite frankly. He's the hottest babyface in the world, doing the bloodline shtick. Sammy Uso, he's doing all that stuff. Did I put the belt on him?
No.
Give him Roman Reigns. Gotta keep the seat hot for whoever the next John Cena will turn out to be, Cody Rhodes eventually. And then eventually they give him the belt this week in Wherever that show was, I don't know. Was it in Saudi Arabia? I'm not entirely sure. I think it was.
I didn't even know they had a show. Well, I don't know when they have shows, to be fair. I don't know.
They had a show, a Saturday show. Sons of bitches. Tony Khan. Let them run the Sunday. You're on the Saturday. I'm missing the Saturday shows, Joe. I'm missing the Saturday shows. I know. I'm missing the early shows. What is with all these late night Sundays?
I know, especially when it's 5 fucking hours long, and I'm not even including the buy-in. Good Lord, I only just finished it in time for Brazil, Japan. By the time I got home, come on.
Well, I watched it live last night, but 5 hours starting at 1 a.m. Oh. Not starting at midnight. If it started at midnight, that would be a different story. But yeah, El Generico, Sami Zayn, certainly a favorite of ours. Favorite of Barry's, of course, going back to PWG days, Ring of Honor days. Barry with the El Generico T-shirt. I remember the blue shirt with the little Olay cartoon man on it, but he did finally win the big belt, the WWE Championship.
When did Cody win?
You're asking the wrong person.
Cody lost it to Drew, but then won it back before WrestleMania. Isn't that right?
And
did Cody defend it at WrestleMania?
Yes, against Randy Orton in that horrible match. So he must have won it first.
Oh, the first match of night one. I think that was.
Made it night one.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And now he's lost it again to Sami Zayn. Why?
Well, they had Obafemi, the new big boy. He won King of the Ring.
Right.
So he's going to have a title match at SummerSlam.
Oh, so
my feeling is he'll probably beat Sami Zayn. And they didn't want him to beat Roman, who's the other champion.
Yeah, or Cody.
And they probably didn't want him yet beating Cody or Gunther.
Right.
Even though presumably you would think if they're going to put a belt on me, Roman will beat them eventually. Would there be a bigger deal? Would there be a bigger deal if he beat one of them rather than Sami Zayn?
Yeah. So put it on the guy you don't care about to have him.
Yeah,
have him lose it. All right, congratulations, Samuel Zayn. Sure, who's enjoyed that one. Darby Allin's running a marathon.
Darby Allin in the latest of his wacky, off the cuff, on a whim decisions.
Yeah,
said, "I feel like running a marathon."
To be fair,
no training really.
To be fair, people like run it carrying a fridge on their back and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And like charity. Yeah. So I feel like he can do this one. He is an athlete. At least he's not like a.
He's in good shape. He's in good shape.
Yeah, I'm sure he can.
I'm sure he probably does some running as it is. I mean, we're not talking about like Paul Walter Hauser is going to run a marathon. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to run a marathon today.
I mean, I've seen him fall 26 miles, but not 26 miles. So there you go. We'll see. It's just going straight instead of vertical.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. Good luck, Darby, with that one.
I mean, I ran 8 kilometers today, so I'm sure Darby could probably manage. What a marathon would be like 3 times that.
Yeah, pretty good.
And he weighs like a third of what I do. So
yeah.
Mathematics means that it's looking good for him. Sad news: Joe Doering recently of TNA, I think going back to 2022-ish, passed away after a number of bouts with cancer.
That's a shame. I'm not familiar with. Was he in TNA for long previously?
I know he was in TNA during sort of the pandemic years, and I think he might have been in. I'm speaking from place of ignorance here, so sorry if I'm wrong, but I feel like I was familiar enough with his name that he was maybe in Ring of Honor prior to that.
Right.
But sad one. I don't know if I didn't watch Collision this week because that card and
shot.
One good card and bump instead. So I don't know if AEW made any announcement of it on TV. There was certainly nothing before or during the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
or Dynamite.
If they do it for everyone, either people that have been in AEW.
Typically, someone who's some repute, they will normally do. Yeah, but they did do a tweet, I believe. So I don't know. Maybe they did something on Collision. I didn't see it. And then last bit of news is something that happens every now and then and really leaves me scratching my head. And look, I understand that sometimes you prepare for something to happen and then the thing you're preparing for doesn't quite happen the way you expected, and so you come off looking a bit silly. But Willow Nightingale is on the comeback trail, and we've already started to see
that was quick.
Vignettes for her return. they haven't even crowned the new champion yet, which always seems a bit odd when that happens.
Well, is she going for that, or is she getting a promotion? She could be in the because obviously they said Mercedes wasn't the original plan to win the Owen. That was what Tony Khan said. I assume then it would be Willow.
I saw on, I don't know if it was a spurious website or where did I see it, but I saw someone mentioning that Tony Storm was originally long-term.
Originally Tony, then Willow.
And then Willow was the plan.
Yeah, so I wonder if it was Willow versus Tekla Tony versus Tekla, then Willow versus Tekla,
and then Mercedes.
And now Mercedes. I mean, Tekla's funny.
They made reference to the fact.
That's
true. They made reference on commentary that the final of the Owen was between two ladies who weren't even in the tournament.
Oh, yes.
Which is funny.
Good point.
Willow coming back. Again, strange, because I forget the previous example of where we saw something like this, but I know it's happened before where somebody's vacated a belt for one reason or another and been back before.
It feels like taking a while to get to to get this tournament together, which is weird considering it's only it's just a 6-way tag title match. It's not exactly like,
you know what they could have done.
The G1.
They could have just said, "Here's the 6 people who are in the match," and not done weeks of qualifying matches as well.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Anyway, Willow will be back, which is good news because, as we talked about, AEW a little bit light, especially on the babyface side. Although now we'll talk a little bit about someone who's maybe stepping into that gap. But will be good to have Willow back.
Speaking of that, let's talk Forbidden Door.
Oh, let's walk through that door.
AEW's latest pay-per-view extravaganza, which was last night. I have to say I was not overwhelmed by the build-up to this show. It was a little bit like...
I 100% agree.
It was kind of just, here's a load of matches. I know, we've just talked about the injuries and stuff. There was a few changes, but... generally, it did feel, compared especially to Double or Nothing, which I thought had a really strong kind of build up to like the significance of that show and New York and the big crowd and everything. This felt a bit like, it's Forbidden Door. Quick.
Yeah.
Let's have some matches. Having said that, I thought match-wise, in-ring-wise, it was a lot better than Double or Nothing.
I thought flat, as the kids say.
Yes, I thought it was another absolute...
It was a banger.
Banger from AEW.
Yeah, it was. I agree. I thought the build was lackluster. Even going through, I mean, this has happened now. I mean, you could say this happened going back to 2019, but I feel like, especially in the last couple of weeks, I feel like it's a case where you look at the card and you go, the build's been okay, card looks okay, and then the show is excellent. Do you know what I mean?
Like John Moxley Bandito is a good example. We'll talk about that, but that's one where I was like, it's kind of feel thrown to like, why are we having?
Yeah, they've had
a couple of trios matches or whatever to key it up, but I don't really care. But let me get to the match. Okay, well, we'll go from. Did you watch the pre-show?
I always watch this show.
It's a glutton for punishment.
I mean, we didn't have Big Boom, Cookie Man. We had. That would have. I mean, that's the real Forbidden Door, right? It's the world of celebrity. And that's the other thing about Forbidden Door. Before we get to the card, is I mean, I know we've talked about this the last couple of years, but I mean, there is so little actual collaboration between the companies. I mean, the pay-per-view should just be called Door at this point. AEW presents Door.
Yeah, there's always the Stardom stuff. It's probably the most exciting. I mean, and there was only like...
Yeah.
I mean, there's one person or two on the pre-show, was it?
On the pre-show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And New Japan, I mean, apart from maybe Omega, Zack Sabre Jr., you could argue that the dream match gimmick of Forbidden Door is completely gone. I mean, there were not the top New Japan guys on this show, you know?
And they who are they talking about? I mean,
Yota Tsuji is the world champion. He wasn't here. He wasn't on the show at all. Tanahashi made an appearance. He's slowly morphing into a cube. But he's looking well.
Callum Newman injured.
Callum Newman injured.
I don't want to see any of these New Japan guys anyway, so...
I mean, one of the issues, of course, is that there's so much crossover year that makes the crossover pay-per-view a little redundant. Anyway, on the pre-show, we had Drilla Maloney defeat Danny Garcia. Very strange match where Garcia basically beat the shit out of him for 10 minutes before Drilla just hit him with his finish and got the win. So it was not really a showcase of Maloney. It was Garcia took like 85% of that match. Meika defeated Sky Blue in a surprise, in an upset, you would say, in the sense of it being a TBS Championship qualifier. So this person making her debut defeated Sky Blue. And again, there being no big boom boys on this pre-show, you could say, so some might say all steak, no sizzle, but I would say this was all Meika, no rizzle. Get on trying.
Very good.
And then, of course, in the main event, suddenly I'm interested. Divine Dominion.
It's raining points.
Divine Dominion did defeat Thunder Rosa and Olymp by pinfall in a fine match. And then we get to the show proper. So this was a pay-per-view which had just I want to say 8 matches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 matches. Excuse me. We opened with Young Bucks, L Sky Team, and Unbound Company in a party 3-way.
Yeah.
The likes of which you see on TV.
Well, yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
It was good, but would you, if you're...
Yeah, nothing to like make me go...
If you were to recommend somebody, like, let's say... There was someone on Bar's Discord earlier asking about, like, if you were short on time and you could only pick and choose like 5 matches from the show, you would say this one was very good, but you get this on TV every week.
Yeah, it wasn't anything exceptional.
It was maybe slightly longer, but I don't know that it was anything.
It was a bit botchy at times as well. Some kind of miscommunications, just not smooth as you'd expect from a real, like, think back to some of these kind of 6-man tags or like triple threats where you just have like boom, boom, and it's mind-blowing. This was like solid, but not like... I mean, you have 3 different languages and 3 teams from 3 promotions. Doesn't help.
Although Titan, of course, is CMLL.
He is. Yeah, he's Mexican, isn't he? But
he is Mexican, yes. The thing that elevated this, though, was the crowd were super into it. The crowd were really hot for some of these matches. And then not for one of them at all, which we'll come to. But yeah, I mean, this match was, your typical Young Bucks party match fare, I would say.
Yeah.
They, to sum up the match, they did the spot where one guy super kicks another guy, the other guy catches his foot and throws his foot into the face of his, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Young Bucks did get the win with the Meltzer driver on Titan, I believe.
Very good. Very good.
Very good. Very good. Kenny Omega, Zack Sabre Jr. Surprised to see this so early in the show, but it was very good.
Very good. Very kind of psychological, mat-based. Not a lot of kind of crazy reversals, high spots, and finishes. It was just very kind of technical, and I liked that. Because I think that suits Kenny better just at this stage. Like, you don't want him doing the kind of long sequences. He's very, very good at that. So let him do the more kind of psychology-based, mat-based stuff. And obviously Zach's great at that. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, better. I think beyond my expectations. I think it was really good. Probably one of the top. Was it my 3rd favorite match of the night? Probably.
I'm looking at the card here. Ooh, I don't know if it would have been top 3 for me, but I did think it was very, very good. What I liked about it, similar to when I was really really big on that Swerve Brody King match from whatever pay-per-view that was on a few months ago. I like the story of the match here, where it felt like Zack Sabre Jr.'s ideology of mat wrestling and Kenny Omega's ideology of bombastic high impact, high flying, kind of conflicting and clashing. And Zack Sabre Jr. trying to pull Omega into his game, into his pool, and Omega trying to pull Zack Sabre Jr. more onto his side, and the sort of back and forth of that I thought was very interesting. Some very good submission stuff by Sabre Jr. of course. Then Omega tried a little bit on him, caught him in a choke at one point, but Omega did ultimately win with the old one-winged angel. And the thing about this match that occurred to me watching it is, of course, we would see in terms of New Japan stars, right? We would see Zack Sabre Jr. as a big name, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, he was a world champion in New Japan at one point. I don't know how in New Japan currently how high up the ranks he is considered at the moment.
He's more mid-card now.
I wonder if he's not as appreciated as he is by people like us. Same with the old Takeshita situation, where in New Japan, I guess he's still kind of seen as an outsider. Whereas we were like, fucking Takeshita's the best. Why would you not like Takeshita? But match was very good. Very good. John Moxley. Bandito. Joe, I tell you, they had me believing.
Yeah.
They had me believing. I thought the way this match is going, the way they're doing it, I think Bandito's going to do it. I think Bandito's going to bring the points home for me.
Yeah.
Tore the mask, of course. They went to the real old Lucha Libre well here. The gigging, the tearing of the mask. Fantastic work by both. Crazy to think this only went 18 minutes. I mean, in a good way, felt like it went 25. Really, really great stuff. I mean, I would do a rematch. Of course, it had a very definitive ending, so that's probably not something
it did. I loved the blood. I loved the mask ripping. I love Bandito's kind of babyface fire. I love Moxley.
Yeah.
Just sort of strong man, really being a real shit in this match. Like, I really like that. And they had me believing. I thought, well, okay. I was either thinking, well, maybe this is an out. Maybe the blood on the mask is an out for Bandito, or it's part of the comeback. I was like,
but in a sense, it was an out, sort of.
Yeah, so that won't end up being that really. But I was thinking it could go either way. Either this is really just building up to the victory. But again, I think the fact that it was such a kind of sudden match, or it felt like this wasn't really in the making, that they wouldn't just pull the trigger here. Hey, why not Bandito, John Moxley all in? Do it again. Have Bandito win there. I would be very happy with that.
I wouldn't mind watching it live. I don't mind that for the Continental Championship, that there's maybe less of a storyline direction on it, and it can be more of a sporting thing. In terms of challenges, not to say open challenges, but things can come together ad hoc like that, as opposed to being more of a feudy belt. And sadly, Moxley did get the win over Bandito. Did the respect afterwards. Brody King come down, but I was sad. I mean, this is the thing, right? When the one thing, whether you're watching a wrestling show or you're watching a movie or you're watching whatever, you want to feel some kind of emotion, some kind of feeling. The worst thing any media like that can be is you watch something and you just shrug your shoulders and you go, it was fine. It was fine. It was okay. Yeah. I was sad here at the end of this match. I was saddened for Bandito.
Yeah.
He couldn't do it.
Every time the mask kind of falls away and you see his face a little bit, you're like, oh no, I feel like a little bit taboo. Like I'm seeing his face. It's like, oh no.
Well, the one thing here's my nitpick of the show is Nigel McGuinness's commentary here, where he said Bandito keeps trying to adjust his mask to protect his anonymity. I thought they should have much more played into the fact that, and I mean this from a kayfabe point of view, is to say the reason he's adjusting his mask is because it's full of blood. Because they kind of touched on earlier when you're bleeding into the mask. I think Excalibur said something completely nonsensical, which was like, when you're bleeding the mask, the blood flows quicker or something, which doesn't make sense. Well, all you can say is, when it goes on the inside of the mask, it obviously
fills up with blood, can't see,
and
can't breathe.
Exactly. So,
Yeah, good point.
Storyline wise, I feel like there was an open goal there for them to play that, and that play into the story of the match. But I don't know, the instincts weren't there to go in that direction, which is fine.
Shota Umino.
Oh, sorry. One more question. Sorry, one more thing. We'll get to Shota, and this is the point where all the crowd went to the back toilet. John Moxley Bandito. So Moxley obviously able to get through unscathed here, but can he beat up Bully Ray? Is the question. That's it.
Well, I don't know, because Bully Ray's a fat mark who never had a legitimate fighting background. And John Moxley's a hard bastard who's a lot bigger than him. I don't know.
Okay.
I think it'd be close.
Let's wait and see. Said while I was watching this, said someone, whatever about his jiu-jitsu in inverted quotes ability. I know he's done some amateur jiu-jitsu stuff, but like completely regardless of that, if I took one look at this fella, like Moxley, I would not be trying to get in a fight. As you said, very hard looking, muscly, ripped, mean looking, and obviously just character wise, not this. But I would say in a real fight, he'd probably be biting people's heads and
yeah.
I don't know, and he's bigger than you might expect as well. So I don't know. That did seem to be Bully Ray saying things to deflect the attention away from his mate Tommy Dreamer. Anyway, Shota Umino and Pac. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Matches. I mean, to go back to my analogy from the previous match, shrug my shoulders. Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah, it was okay.
I felt like the crowd felt. I mean, the crowd was totally dead.
Yeah, I like Pac's new singlet. Newcastle
like
United.
Different gear for every single. Like
it doesn't necessarily fit the bastard character wearing a kind of amateur wrestling singlet, and then he's got the kind of like the hair as well. It's not really. Needs to grow back the greasy long hair. I don't know. I need something.
It's just not shaved around the edges. I think is what it is.
Yeah, I just something not quite working about Pac. Needs a.
I tell you what my issue with Pac is. I would have him on the list. Let me drop the list here. Pen and paper out. List of people who are lesser in a faction than they would be as a solo act. We talked about Kevin Knight.
Yes, Kevin Knight. Yeah,
I would have there as well. But Shota, I mean, he's obviously the second coming of Tanahashi. He's very Tanahashi in his look and his mannerisms. What he lacks is the ability to control an audience, as Tanahashi does. Similar to something that I mentioned with Jay White. Remember when Jay White tried to be a babyface originally? Was it a feud with Hangman Page?
Yeah.
And he just, because Jay White has played heel for so long, he just, would never play to the crowd during the match. He would never do a move and then look at the crowd and go,
come on,
or something, something. He would just do none of that. And Shota has a little bit, he would do like, he does this like very slow look around, or he will like pump his fist, but not like verbalize it, not say anything. And so there's a disconnect. Something that maybe plays better to a Japanese crowd that he didn't quite adapt here. But I felt like he just needed to show that bit more fire and play up to the audience a little bit more, and they would have got in it, because we saw throughout the show in other matches the crowd was very hot. It's like an easy crowd to get going, but you have to give them something to react to. And while he's a very solid wrestler, I feel like he lacked that element of it.
Agreed.
Did win the match, and this brought out Hiroshi Tanahashi for his appearance on the show. First time seeing him since the retirement match with Okada.
Yeah, what did he do?
He walked out and looked like he was looked like he was in intense pain. He walked out not very comfortably to the ring. He's twice as wide as the last time I saw him, which is fine. Like, he's retired. I mean, that's not a problem. But it was very strange him coming out and, I mean, let the guy have some time off, get those knees replaced or whatever.
He doesn't need to fly across the ocean, does he?
No. But like, what was happening was like Shota was being threatened by the Death Riders, and Tanahashi come out to back him up, and they put the belt on him. Brother, Tanahashi could still hit a sling blade at the jumper hat, don't worry. It wouldn't be a very graceful one, but I reckon he can still do it. High fly flow. No, it's good to see Tanahashi. He's got the short hair now as well, of course. Doesn't have the mad hair anymore. Speaking of wrestling presidents, Okada was ringside for Hekla Starlight Kid.
Yes, the junior heavyweight women's title match. Standing at a 5'1", Tekla
and 4'11",
towering over her opponent, Starlight Kid. Yeah, that was
two very small women, which Mercedes made reference to in her post-show presser. What do you think? I'm afraid of this little pipsqueak, little 5 foot nothing more.
She said, "Do you think I'm afraid of a 5-foot spider?" And I'm like, I would be afraid of 5-foot spider. That sounds fucking terrifying. If a 5-foot spider came up to the window now, I'd shoot myself, actually. No, but two very good wrestlers. Tekla's continues to be brilliant. Just outrageous. She's outrageous. She's entertaining. That's it. You know, I think you can, as you said, she's a great wrestler as well. It's like you're just saying, you know, if you can entertain and you can make the audience feel something, you don't even necessarily need to be a great technical wrestler, but I think she's a really good great as well. So, ticks all the boxes. She's definitely the women's MVP of the year, I would say.
Yeah. She was playing up to the camera constantly throughout here. Oh, this fucking stupid bitch. Very good. Starlight Kid, good showing.
Yeah.
For first, reminded me a lot of Riho.
Yeah, sure.
I guess because she's a very small Japanese lady who wears the sort of dress sort of attire, but with the tiger mask, of course, which ended up getting taken off her after the match and spit in and then rubbed in the president's face.
Yeah, nasty bitch.
Is there going to be a payoff? Probably in Stardom, I would think. A payoff where Stardom get the win back over Tech.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But I don't know how or when.
Is AEW big leaguing them to such an extent that they do a storyline where their world champion just talks shit about and spits on their logo, and then when they have the match, she just beats her and rubs spit on the president's face? Is that it?
Tremendous.
Technically defend, of course.
Technically wins. I thought very good match. Yeah, really enjoy it. Really enjoy it.
Then we had for some reason they stopped the pay-per-view and aired a Collision main event. I'm not sure what. Cope and Cage versus the Dog.
This was better than I was expecting. I'll be honest, I thought it would be completely skippable, and I was like, actually, you know what? It was a decent enough tag match.
It was a little skippable, I thought. It's funny because they keep doing that spot now where they put Christian's arm under the steps. Like, that to me is something that you do like once. That's a unique spot, not something you do every time. You know?
Yeah.
Notable, I guess, the match for Dave Finlay getting his hands on a shillelagh, taking out Christian with it. And as he's about to take out Big Cope, the lights go out.
Oh,
the lights come back on. Who's on the stage? It's the bang, bang, bang. And so, I tell you, when the lights went out first, it didn't even occur to me that this is what it's going to be. When the lights come on the stage, it was the bang, 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 big pop.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was like, who's it going to be? I had no idea.
Yeah, I had no idea.
I had absolutely no idea. But it's funny, the Bang Bang Gang, they're always over. I always love to see them. I don't know, like, they never get booked that well. They never really get
what is it about them that, like,
they're just so good. They're just entertaining. I love.
They have a cool entrance on it. Like, far from me to come up like a WWE fan, but I love that edge.
Yeah, but they always have like a fun match as well. I feel like they always really put the effort in. I think they deserve, like, I'd love to see them. They need a trios title run, or feud.
They were trios champions, of course.
Were
they were like AEW and Ring of Honor. Yeah, do you remember that?
Oh, briefly.
Yeah.
Like a proper run. Now that Jay White's back, like, maybe not him in it, but like,
and but Jay White returned as well. Yeah.
Of course, yes. This is the big return. I did pop out. I did pop for that. He's been gone for so long. I did.
Malfunction in.
No, I did do a little kind of backwards roll on the sofa, like, but why is she here?
The hands are pumping over here.
Yeah, really, really excited to see him back. It's a good, just fresh face
It's like that. Come in, away
hopefully, and hopefully the rest of the group as well. Like I like all of them. Like just get them in a kind of really good feud with like I don't know whoever it is. Interesting. They come out during Copen Cage, and there was a bit of a thing. Jay White gets the belts, gives them to Copen Cage. I don't know if they're eventually going to do something there, but I'm glad to see him back. The match was all right. It was fine.
Yeah. And then we come to our triple main event.
No such thing. No such thing.
Have you not seen Fully Loaded 2000?
Yes.
I don't remember what those 3 main events were. I think one of them was like
probably Jericho. Triple H, was it? Angle, Benoit. No, Angle, Undertaker, Benoit,
Rock.
Yeah,
Benoit Rock was the actual. With the fake finish. Oh my God! On the world title.
Dreadful.
There's a triple main event, and spoiler, I enjoyed all 3 of the matches very much.
Yeah,
very much. Mercedes Moné, Maya World. Cinema. I'm going to Photoshop my head on this cinema meme.
Cinema.
Maya World. Hell of showing. And I'll tell you what I like specifically about it is, you know, when we criticize not only women wrestlers, but specifically inexperienced wrestlers, where they have the deer in the headlights look, and you can see the wheels turning in terms of what next, where do I need to be?
Yeah.
None of that. Maya World looked absolutely like she belonged, totally in control of the match, and a long match, 20.
Yeah.
Really brilliant. And at the finish, again, similar to the Bandito match, it was kind of like I didn't really believe she was going to win because with Wembley and that, I felt like, okay, she's been built enough by virtue of getting through the to this stage. But then when she was beaten, I did go, oh.
Yeah. It was a great story, and I think it's a really good job. Mercedes as well in kind of leading her through, you know, a kind of big main event. Yeah, a good match. I think maybe a few minutes it kind of lagged like in the middle a little bit, but once it got into the home stretch, really enjoyed it. The bank, what's it called? The bank statement. What do they call it now? The statement maker. Yeah, the kind of exchange of that hold. That was really cool. Yeah, I liked it.
I like that they played it to Maya winning her previous matches by roll-ups as well. Because she'd go for a roll-up on her.
Right, yeah.
Oh my God, they're going to do it again.
Yeah.
Real top stuff. And I think Maya World is sort of made now.
Yeah,
I can buy her.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. I can buy her now as a babyface.
I mean, they're lacking there. She could easily slot into the TBS.
A non-jobber.
Have a heel win that TBS survival match, and then have Maya World go off them. Don't let this cool off. Yeah.
That's the problem, right? Is that this was obviously not planned. So, will they have to amend other things to fit in, you know, Maya World, or
why not?
Why not? They could. I mean, presumably the plan for the tag team titles is still the what they call the British Birds.
Oh yeah,
Brawling Birds.
Well, yeah. I mean, Jamie Hayter's not been on TV for a month. Alex Winter's
Maya World and Hyan versus the tall women, maybe for the next month.
Maybe
something like that. I mean, can we give Megan Vane and Lena Cross something to do?
Some decent chances.
They want the belt. All they do is stupid 5-minute nonsense. Like, give them a few. There's a few of these champions, for God's sake.
They're good wrestlers. They can wrestle.
Mercedes Moné continues to be absolutely class. Maya World, hell showing. Like I say, I can believe that you could slot a Maya World into it, like you said, a TBS title match. And maybe before this tournament, I would have rolled my eyes at really Maya World. No, I've been convinced.
Yeah,
I think she's good.
Agreed. That brings us to the steel cage match.
The Death's Door match.
What's that? Is that what's called?
Yeah, they say on the spot during they continually refer to Death's Door. Justin Roberts said it. They mentioned it a few times in commentary. So I wonder if this would be the branding going forward for this multi-man cage match type thing.
I hate that.
Cage, of course. They had a round cage.
I love the round cage.
The cage looked great.
I love the round cage. That is genius. More space, and it looks cool. And there's no stupid...
Circle is the most structurally, what did I say?
Yeah, but...
shape, whatever it is.
Efficient shape. And no, like, stupid door with a padlock on it. Obviously, there was a door, because I was getting...
Joe, but no one left the cage during the match. For the first time, it feels like fucking a decade.
This is better than any of the Blood and Guts matches I've done. Just don't do blood.
Yeah, Blood and Guts has its inherent problems as well.
Just maybe we should just retire Blood and Guts and do this instead.
Yeah, Death Door.
I don't. As much as I was a fan of War Games, I just think it's not the way they do it. It doesn't mesh well with the current style of wrestling. I think if you're going to do it in an old school NWA way, it would still work, but the current way doesn't work. So let's do this. This was brilliant.
The 2 rings and
and slow
people always going up.
Yeah, slow entrances, long matches, high spots, weapons. Like that's not War Games. War Games should.
Well, that's the thing. Violence. Sorry, I was going to say Blood and Guts.
Yeah,
add a 20-minute on top of the time that this match did go, which was about half an hour. You know, exactly, so it's a little bit quicker. So, Team Briscoe, of course, defeating Team DC MJF. I mean, Joe, you want to talk about pops? You want to talk about pops like when Jay White debuted, when Andrade finally had enough of MJF's shit. Oh yeah, I'll hold Mark Briscoe. Don't worry, lad. I got it.
Okay.
Oh, hits him with the Dios de los Muertes.
Tremendous.
And then finally takes the... because MJF stopped him from taking clothes off earlier. When he finally does, he unveils the fuck Don, fuck MJF shirt, which, I mean, get that on Shop AEW ASAP would be my advice. Which was tremendous. And then that played directly into the finish. So Andrade, no longer a member of the Don Callis family.
Tremendous.
And someone who I think will benefit by, number 1, being a babyface, and number 2, being away from the
agreed. I think Jake Doyle. Oh fuck! Sorry, cat just detected me. Shit. Jake Doyle did really well. She's a big Mark Davis fan. I think that's the problem. No, Jake Doyle did really well in this. In fact, everyone was good. I can't really look at anyone here. It was disappointing. I think what I loved about this match is just the perfect blend of like AEW hardcore violence with silliness, comedy, people taking their trousers off, people pulling like orange segments out of a bag, Leo Rush in a rucksack. It was just like, it shouldn't work, but just blending that hardcore gory violence with a bit of silliness, I think it works perfectly. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I loved all those spots. The exploding rucksack that sent Kevin Knight to take a bump off the top of the cage through the tables. Tremendous. Also no like really crazy spots. Like I think because they didn't leave the cage. Like Darby did the coffin drop onto the group, which that's pretty tame by his standards.
He took a 450 bump onto the tap.
Yes, he did.
That's really it.
Like nothing that made me kind of cringe. And generally just a really kind of fun, crazy spot fest with good jokes, good violence, good story, good payoff.
Yeah, I mean the Leo Rush thing. I have to say I'm being brought around on it slowly but surely. When he came out of that little rucksack, I didn't roll my eyes and go, oh, for fuck's sake. I thought, this is fun. This is great.
And then the ring. The ring.
And then they fucking said, Tony Schiavone was like, stop calling this my precious. It was like,
and way to give away the joke, Tony. But yeah.
It's funny because they have, in a sense, in my opinion, quite transparent thought, okay, we've let Danhausen go. We probably should bring in our own, not version of Danhausen, but in that ballpark. Except like Leo Rush is obviously a far better wrestler than Danhausen. Sure. So I mean, he can also come in and do his little "it's fine" thing he does.
It's fine, and the crowd tried it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
brilliant.
I mean, congrats to him for he was doing nothing and he come up with this thing and it's catching on. So I'm sure it'll have a shelf life, and I'm not sure really what you do with it. But when he showed up in the rucksack, and then the heels beat him up and shoved him back and tied him with a chain around it so he wouldn't go back out. Very funny. But I'm looking forward now. Obviously, Mark Briscoe gets his title match on Dynamite this week. They had a backstage where the audio was not very good, but they're doing that match on Dynamite. I assume Kevin Knight will now not get the title match that he was planned because the team, or that he was promised because the team lost here. And obviously Andrade will wrestle MJF at some point. I would imagine the Don Callis family will probably send someone to take him out beforehand. Maybe a Fletcher or or Kevin. Oh my God, so many matches that Andrade can have with these guys. Oh, we're spoiled. We're spoiled.
For choice.
And then we had the main event with Will Ospreay against Swerve Strickland. I know a lot of people will be happy that neither of these came out dressed as Owen Hart or with the black and pink, which seems to always happen. The winner of the Owen Hart historically has always worn black and pink gear.
Yeah, even
as Mercedes did earlier.
Even Michelle mentioned that while we were watching it. She was like, "Oh, Mercedes is wearing pink. Paul won't like that." And I was like, "Yeah."
I don't like it, but it historically has somewhat spoiled the result.
Keeps the game away, doesn't it? Yeah.
I mean, Mercedes came out dressed in the full Bret Hart slash Natalia shoulder gear and all of that. Ospreay instead came out dressed as Bane from The Dark Knight Rises.
I roll.
And Swerve Strickland come out dressed as Lobo from that new movie that made no money.
Sheriff Lobo.
I mean, that's a reference when they talk about Lobo.
I don't know that character, so that's the only thing I know. I hate that. I hate this, like, I'm going to dress up like a fucking... you're a Comic-Con? You're fucking Mark? Shut up. Just dress like yourself. You're supposed to be a superhero. That really annoys me. I don't...
Well, I mean... Sorry, I started choking for a good few seconds there. And I still am to an extent. I wonder if there was intent, because DC, Warner Brothers, same umbrella. I wonder if intentionally there was a little bit of product placement, let's call it, in a way here. Because Lobo is a character from the new Supergirl movie, which was a sponsor on Dynamite this week. So I wonder if that tended. But I agree with your point, broadly speaking, is that...
Give that to someone else. Make Pac dress up as Bane. There you go.
I mean...
Should
you're dressing up as the bastard, not being bastardly enough. Pac comes out dressed as that dog from Superman. But anyway, Ospreay and Swerve did eventually just have a match then, which was extremely good and bloody.
Yeah,
I do have criticism about that as well. Not a criticism really, but a point about it.
Yeah, I like the match. I did think it just got a bit too bloated in the middle. Like, could have knocked 5 minutes out of there and it would have been better. But I liked a lot of the groundwork early on with Swerve kind of beating him down. And I liked the end sequences, probably went a little bit too far. So that's why I wouldn't put this as my favourite match of the night, even though it was very good. It just kind of left me a little bit like, kind of you eat a meal that's just a bit too, like, one too many ingredients. A burger that's got like... stick a couple of onion rings in there, and then stick some bacon in there. And then an egg, and then an egg. All right, it's just don't go too far. He's a bit. It's the thing with Ospreay. He's a bit like a chef that just kind of doesn't know when to stop adding more ingredients. You know what I mean? Like making it a bit bigger, just like rein it in a little bit. But yeah, it was good match. Obviously, Ospreay won. Nothing as we all kind of expected, but
yeah,
interesting one.
I mean, I really enjoyed it. I didn't feel the lag the same as you did. I was pretty much with this the whole way. It was brutal. Again, which I like, without a no DQ match. It nevertheless was brutal and felt like the result was important. Both men were really killing themselves and each other to get the win. The one, I guess, issue I had with it is whenever they have very bloody matches like this and Nigel McGuinness is on commentary, I'm always very conscious of the fact that they never seem to sort of go over to where he is. So Nigel, obviously, we know Nigel's history and sort of why he stopped wrestling. He was very much during those years an advocate for sort of cutting, ironically, blood out of wrestling.
Yeah.
And so I'm always kind of looking over to see what's his reaction here when the lads are like gushing, you know. Mm-hmm. And so here, when they actually went over to the announce table and were like wrestling on top of it, and Nigel was kind of, for like the last 10 minutes of the match, was just standing far away. You know, that not to be too much of a white knight for McGuinness. McGuinness isn't gonna fuck you, lad. You know.
Yeah.
I still kind of feel like that's a little bit unfair on him, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, should they not be conscious of that kind of thing, or maybe don't have him on commentary for the last match if the plan is that they're going to bleed all over the place and fight amongst the announcers. But otherwise, I thought it was a cracker. I mean, again, I was with it basically the whole way through. I liked the hidden blade that Swerve basically no-sold him with a backhand instead and sent him flying. A lot of good stuff like that here. The allusions to Hangman, almost to the point that I was wondering if Hangman paid much. We got a dead eye and we got a buckshot hidden blade. Yes, they're both very cool. And I do feel like we've had Hangman mentioned a couple of times. I wonder if we are building to his return. I mean, I expect he'll be back by all of him. And again, I wonder what the direction with Hangman will be upon his return, because obviously he can't go for the world title unless they come up with some creative way to veto that stipulation, which again AEW typically don't do, but that's not to say that there isn't a way to do it that would be hugely dissatisfying. I'm sure that if you really think about it, you can come up with something. But that'll be an interesting return. He comes back, because he was really, quote unquote, the main character of AEW for the best part of last year. We haven't seen him for a little while now. But Ospreay got the win. Big celebration afterwards. Death Riders came out. Moxley was like that kid who gets in Nintendo 64 on Christmas morning. That video. Nintendo 64. He was so into Ospreay with his match. He was punching the ring mat. Really, really excited about it. And Ospreay did ultimately get the win with the Tiger Driver. So again, played into a story that they really unclipped all the bullets in their respective magazines. They did. And he, did go for the Tiger Driver. Got the win with that in the end, and got the match at All In. So we do know now Ospreay and Mercedes Moné, who realistically in the last couple of years are probably two of the biggest stars in their respective divisions.
Absolutely, yeah.
Feels like they should indeed be going to Wembley for those matches. So
yeah, it's interesting. I was thinking about your question last week about if they do Tekla versus Mercedes, like who's the baby face? Because Mercedes really playing up all stuff here. So I do kind of wonder about that. If they switch it at Redemption, does Tekla lose? But I think Tekla should be in that main event. Like, so yeah, interesting.
Unless they make Tekla into a kind of anti-hero.
Yeah, that could make sense. And she's Austrian. How would that play in Europe? Is she like the hometown European kind of hero kind of thing?
Sort of. I mean,
do you have Mercedes kind of play up the American thing, or like Euro pause, or Euro trash? Could that work? Maybe. If she was German, maybe not. But Austria's, I don't know. You can maybe get away with that in London.
Yeah.
We'll see. There's an idea for you.
We'll see.
So, and with that out of the way, let's get to the important stuff, of course, the AEW Fantasy League update. What has happened off the back of Forbidden Door?
Well, I actually won the pay-per-view, if you can believe that. 52 points. And then you and Barry both on 42. So very close. Nice. Only 10 points in it. The points were quite evenly distributed. Barry with 18 for Ospreay, me with 18 for Mercedes for winning the Owens. And there was no other titles won. A lot of defenses: Tekla, Copeland, Megan Bay, Cross, and Moxley all defending. And then we have all the people in the cage match, of course. So it'll be very interesting now when the Observer comes out. Because what's that I smell? I smell a couple of fives. I smell a couple of fives in there. And I smell, what's that I smell? The sexist bozo Meltzer giving the women's own final four quarters.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to that because I think it can only benefit me versus Barry because obviously Ospreay and Swerve, we'd both get it. I'm pretty sure Copeland isn't getting one, or Tendler. But the cage match, I had 5 people in it. I would get 25 points.
That's so
25
Barry only has 1. Yeah.
Come on, Dave.
So you have, in the cage match, you had Okada, MJF, Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin, Kevin Knight. I had Fletcher, O'Reilly, Briscoe, and I only have 4, and Andrade. And Barry only has Takeshita. So, of the 12 people, we had 10 between us, and you have 5, and I have 4, and Barry has 1. Barry only had 4 people in action, so to get 42 points back, quite good. Ospreay, Takeshita, Copeland, and Tekla were his only people. Then you had 9 people, and I had 8. So I only didn't have Brody King and Statlander. And you only didn't have Jamie Hayter.
Yeah, it's interesting with Barry. I mean, he's got some big scorers, but also just a lot of people like Dax out, Adam Page out, Castagnoli not really, doing too much. TV
Speedball's kind of fallen off a little bit.
Matt Davis fallen off.
Davis is kind of disappointed.
I think he's got the
visa issues.
Yeah. So that's kind of that. But
interesting if you look at the form column DI, which is over the last 10 shows. Joe, 137 points. Paul, 133 points. Barry, 84. So over the last 5 weeks, let's say, over the last 10 shows, you and I are doing pretty much, you're beating me by 4 points over those shows. Barry, 50 points behind the two of us.
Yeah.
To your point, he needs to pick up. But keep in mind, this is the last week before the transfer window.
The old July transfer window.
The old July transfer window. I will say I already have my eye on one.
Okay.
Depending on the result, this is going to spoil what I'm going to do here. Depending on the result of the TBS championship match.
Okay.
I don't anticipate that Statlander is going to win that match, but if she does, so I'll fucking hold on to her then. I'm not sure that she will, and so I'm thinking Statlander. I mean, she's gone from world champion to potentially not even winning the TBS championship.
Yeah.
She might need to go. At that stage. There's a few names that I'm looking at, which I won't spoil, obviously, because I don't want anybody else to take them.
But again, there's half a dozen names there that are like good point getter. Like we'd all benefit from. Right. So it's not like there's only one person that we'd all be chasing. I think there's quite a few.
There are indeed. I mean, we could. Well, I'm not going to say this because I don't want to give any fucking clues to you guys. But I mean, I will remind people that, and it's for Barry as well if he's listening. With the transfer window, transfers are not truly on a first come first serve basis. I know we do like to throw in our little Discord chat, "Hey, this is the transfer I'm doing."
Yeah,
but in the rules, it's basically if 2 people want the same person, it comes to coin flip. So.
Okay, yeah.
We can say on the show next week if anybody wants to do any transfers. Again, if Statlander wins, I probably won't do any. There's a whole month to decide anyway, and again, we can see kind of what the direction of All In is maybe going to start to look. If you want to hold off until the end of July, that might also be a good.
Because that is a worry for me. Is All In obviously is the big triple point score, and at the moment, I'm struggling to see who for me is going to be a winner at All In. Yeah. I can see a few losers, but I can't see too many winners. So I might need a couple of trays just to
carry you through that.
Get that show working.
I mean, you still have 2 of your standard transfers left. So does Barry. I have 1.
Yeah.
And the points at the moment, I'm still bringing up the rear at 558. Although, as we said, I'm doing pretty decently lately. Barry's 677, so I'm slowly catching up on Barry, and you're at 866. So. We're still doing it. Although you have by far the most matches, thanks to Moxley, Orange Cassidy, and Kevin Knight. You've 193 matches to my 141, and Barry's 162. So you had like 30 matches more than Barry, basically.
Nice.
And 50 more than me. So that's something that we're going to have to consider for next year. Is I mean, Okay, I didn't necessarily consider that Kyle Fletcher and Bandito would only have as many matches between them as Matt Jackson at this stage of the year when I draft them as number 1 and number 2, which is unfortunate. Bandito still only on 24 points, which is, let me look at the old points rankings here. 24 is about as much as, he's actually got fewer points than Bishop Khan. How about that? So that's our Fantasy League update. I do have a little quiz, John. I'm going to give you the quiz here.
Cool, man.
And you're playing against the listeners.
Oh, baby.
Okay. So, listeners, get your pen and paper out. Pause the podcast now. Get your pen and paper out. And keep track of how you do. And then either on the YouTube comments, on the Discord, or on by email if you want. Let us know how you did and if you beat Joe or not. So it's kind of like, Joe, you're in a sense the chaser here, where the crowd are trying to beat you. Okay. We're playing the first ever edition, and I feel like this is one that we could probably redo from time to time. Did they ever wrestle?
Did they ever wrestle?
Oh my God, he was too busy to come up with a pun title. It's just called Did They Ever Wrestle? Very self-explanatory. So the quiz is, listeners and Joe, the quiz goes thusly. I'm going to give you a list of 2 participants, participant 1 and participant 2.
Yeah.
And you need to tell me, did they ever have a one-on-one match?
Okay.
So tag team matches, multi-man matches, triple threat matches do not count.
Okay.
Did they have a one-on-one match? That's what I want to know. If you get the correct answer, you get 1 point. If you get the incorrect answer, you get no points.
Okay.
Then we see what the total is and see what the listeners have to beat. Are you ready, Joe? So there's 20 matchups, so it won't take too long. We'll go through them pretty quickly here.
Yeah.
Number 1, did they ever wrestle? Montez Ford of the Street Profits in WWE and Eddie Kingston.
I mean, I have no idea, so I'm just going to say yes, they did.
They did. It was at Evolve 120.
Okay, nice.
Question number 2. Gunther and Swerve Strickland.
I feel like
they ever wrestle?
Swerve was around on the Indies a lot, but I'm going to say no.
No is correct.
Yes.
They did have 2 tag team matches in WXW in 2016.
Okay. Yeah.
Never had a single match. This data is all per cage match, by the way.
Of course. Yeah.
Cody Rhodes and Jushin Thunder Liger. Question 3.
Now, when would they have had a match? He was in New Japan. Did Cody ever do like a tournament there? I'm going to say yes.
Yes is correct. They had a match at Ring of Honor / New Japan Pro Wrestling War of the Worlds 2018.
I need to check that out.
Number 4, Paul White and Ken Shamrock. I will clarify, I do use current names in this, so that's to not give clues.
Right. Okay.
So the fact that I called him Paul White is that a big deal? Just that's what it goes by today.
Yeah. Oh God.
Paul White and Ken Shamrock.
I feel like they must have had like a 1 minute long match on Raw that ended in a DQ, but it's also possible they didn't. I'll say no.
No is correct.
Okay.
They only had tag team matches. And I will say as well for this quiz, I'm not. It's not that I'm not counting, but I intentionally haven't picked. They had one match on a house show in the.
Yeah. Okay.
So these are all matches that were either televised or indie to an extent, right? Number 5, Mystico and Bryan Danielson.
Mystico. So didn't in AEW, of course, but did Sin Cara and Bryan Danielson have a match? I'll say yes.
They did twice on SmackDown in 2011.
Hell yeah.
Number 6, Jon Moxley. You're familiar with his work? And Mark Henry.
Mark Henry. No.
Not no, I'm afraid.
Oh.
That's your first. They wrestled once on Raw and once on Main Event in 2014.
Wow.
Yes. Question number 7. Toni Storm and Bianca Belair.
Now, would they have wrestled in NXT? I'm going to say yes.
No. They only ever were part of a 3-way with Nikki Cross in 2019, but they never had a singles match. Number 8, Matt Jackson and Ricochet. Did they ever have a one-on-one match?
I'll say no.
They have.
Shit.
It was Best of Super Juniors 2014.
I knew it.
Number 9, Jake Boyle and Nick Nemeth.
I'll say yes.
No, they haven't. They're involved in multi-man matches, but never won one. And question 10, Matt Cardona and Penta.
Matt Cardona, yes.
No, they've never wrestled. I don't think they've ever been in a single match at all. So you got 5 in a row to start, and then 5 zeros there. So we'll move on to the second 10 now. So you're on 5 out of 10 so far. Question 11, Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
And Jack Perry.
Yes.
No. Multi-man matches with never one-on-one.
I'm just going to say yes every time now. Try and get
Ray Phoenix. He's going for the old 50-50 tech. Ray Phoenix and Truth Magnum.
Yes.
No. But Ray Phoenix has wrestled Turbo. That's Truth Magnum. Question number 14, or 13, sorry. Hulk Hogan and William Regal.
Yes.
Yes, they have. On Raw in 2002.
Okay.
Not in WCW. I think they had tag team matches.
Yeah.
Never went on. Logan Paul, your favorite, and Dominic Mysterio.
Oh. No.
No is correct.
Yeah. They've had
multi-man with Ray. Don't wrestle Ray was there, but never. Yeah. Bret Hart and Terry Funk.
Yes, Terry Funk's retirement, 1997, in Beyond the Mat.
Correct. Yeah. Covered in Beyond the Mat. That's why
I'm not booked.
I'm not booked, Terry. And of course, that was a ECW promoted show, and Bret Hart was at the time.
Yeah.
It's an interesting tidbit as well. Tony Nese. And Sanada.
Yes.
No, they never have wrestled.
No idea.
Steve Austin.
Yeah.
And D'Lo Brown.
I'm thinking maybe during like the Nation feud. Did Austin feud with the Nation? Would it have been then or early? I'll say yes.
They have. It was not during that. It was on a Monday Night Heat in 1998. So it was after. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Question 18: Thunder Rosa and Mercedes Moné.
Did they have a match? I'll say yes.
No, they have not. Thunder Rosa has wrestled Mercedes Martinez a couple of times, but never Mercedes Moné.
That's what threw me off.
Yeah. 2 left. David Finlay and Kevin Knight.
Yes.
Yes, they have. New Japan Pro Wrestling Fighting Spirit Unleashed 2024. And final one. So you're in 10 out of 19. So this will determine whether you do get the 50-50 or whether you hit above average here. Question 20. Kurt Angle and Chad Gable.
Yes.
Yes, they did on Raw in 2019. Kurt Angle would only have 3 more matches after that, so it's right at the end. So, Joe, you score 11 out of 20. So that's the score for people to beat.
Okay, that's
above average.
Better than a coin toss. Yeah.
Well, you had a very good run at the beginning, 5 in a row, and then you got 7 in a row wrong.
Statistically, how is that possible? Crazy.
Like some of the matches at Forbidden Door, you had a little lag in the middle there.
Yeah.
Where you did quite well. Yeah, like 7 coin flips in a row. Quite difficult to do that, but you did manage it. Right, reviews. So, I mean, I guess we don't really need to talk about Dynamite and Collision. Was there anything from Dynamite worth talking about? I did not watch Collision, of course. I took one look at that card and said, oh, baby, what a pile of shite. I'll not be watching that.
I only watched about half of Dynamite, to be honest.
I can't be dealing with you guys. You and hold on, head on the background while I was looking out a window.
We got the World Cup, and then I was on holiday, and then I didn't have time.
Okay, you were on holiday. That's fair.
Didn't have time to watch it.
Oh. I'll say I didn't watch Dynamite until the day after, so I'm a little bit guilty, but I still made the time. I can't tell you a single thing that happened on it. It's all got out of my head since that pay-per-view.
I mean...
I can't admit that important.
Harley Cameron defeated Marina Shafir to qualify for the...
That was very strange.
Why is that? Why is that way around?
What's that happening?
Why? What the hell?
I don't know. Why.
The Bucks defeated...
ELP was very good.
TMDK versus the Bucks. 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Takeshita beat Ricochet. Don't know why.
Takeshita Ricochet was very good. That was a very good match.
Amanata.
That's the main event. She's back. She won.
Yeah.
Happy days.
Yeah.
Give her the belt, by the way. Nothing worth covering Dynamite. We'll move on. Movies. Ooh, baby. Got a couple of new ones for you here, folks. I hit the cinema with the old twofer.
Oh.
The old one after another gimmick. Ooh. 2 trips to the cinema on Saturday. I went early with the hope of there being no bozos, because that's my strategy, see, for going to the cinema is,
of course,
to avoid the nose pickers and the phone light and the talkers and all of it.
The rustlers.
I book movies at like 9:50 in the morning, Saturday. Exactly. So, and I wanted to see Backrooms.
Yeah, of course.
And so it was the perfect time to go see it. Well-behaved audience because there was hardly anybody there.
Yeah.
So this was my Backrooms experience. So I know you boys have both already seen it. I went in fairly blind. I did not really know a lot of the online phenomenon around the Backrooms. I guess I was somewhat aware of the image and the look of the thing, but I didn't really get the extent to which that is a thing. And so I went in fairly blind. I was very impressed. I liked it a lot. I thought Chiwetel Ejiofor was really fantastic in it. Renata Rainsby was good, but maybe not as good as the movies I've seen her in where she's acting in her own language.
She's smoking and looking Norwegian or whatever, you know.
Like she's Norwegian. Yes.
Well, she was sounding Norwegian, that's for sure.
Yeah, Mary. She was good, but I don't know, there's something about... I don't know, some of her reactions in the movie I thought were a little heightened. Overly so. I thought Ejiofor was like out of this world. I was really, really great. And I thought when the movie sort of first goes into the Backrooms, I was totally like leaning forward in the chair, heart pumping. Funny enough, my feelings on the movie are sort of directly the opposite of what they talked about in Half in the Bag.
Right.
Where they said, the bits where they go in the back rooms I found was dull. And then the end, when it goes all wacky, I love that stuff.
That's
and I was like, I preferred when it was sort of mysterious.
Weird and mysterious. I like that. And then it I would have happily watched the whole movie like that, really. A little bit more like information being fed to you, but I didn't need that much. A little bit more as you went along, but not too much.
And I've never looked much into the phenomenon of like liminal spaces and all that. But I think it kind of was effective on me insofar as I've been in an office on the late shift. I mean, just a couple of weeks ago when I was in the office until 12:30 in the evening, and you're walking around and there's the dim fluorescent lights,
it's the hum,
and there's no one there in the hum, and it is uncanny and it is eerie and it is weird.
Spaces that are designed to have a lot of people in with no one in. Because if you're at home and it's empty, okay, you're at home. It's designed to be, you live there and whatever, but it's sort of weird. Like being at an airport.
But when you have a dream or you have a nightmare and you're in strange places where things aren't quite right. I mean, I love movies like that have that nightmarish feel to them, and this very much had that. Even the concept of, I don't think it's really a spoiler because it's so conceptual, but the idea of how memory distorts images and things like that is a big theme in the movie. But that also can play into nightmares and how in your nightmares things are not exactly as they are in real life, so I was totally into all that, all the not only that it was these empty spaces, but also the fact of he Ejiofor or Ryan Svi would walk down a corridor and to be like a couch halfway submerged into the floor and shoes coming out of the floor and out of the walls and stuff like that. I mean, I thought the imagery was really, really striking, really, really interesting. And I was totally on board. I didn't hate the end of it. I've seen certainly some movies in the past where the ending they almost ruined it for me. I mean, there's some famous examples we've talked on here where I was like, 80% of the movie was great and then the ending was shit. I don't think this was quite that. I feel like there were themes and ideas in the movie that they sort of tried to wrap up that didn't feel fully realized in the end. I think I wrote on Letterboxd that if the first like hour 15 or hour 20 of this movie did feel very fully realized, that the ending felt a little bit like a chair coming halfway out of a wall in movie terms, I mean, even in the last bit, there's some again imagery and stuff that I did like. I'll tell you, the bit in the movie that made me go the most was when she comes out into the open area and there's the stairs going up into the hatch into the ceiling.
Right.
As someone who's not big on heights as it is, I wasn't a fan of that. I say let the bad man kill me instead. Take me. I ain't going up them stairs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was really good. I went to 4 stars on it.
Yeah.
And I've started watching since some of the YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And I do feel like they are a little bit more, they're still quite ambiguous, but I feel like they're a little bit more explicit in actually explaining what the thing is. That the movie doesn't really touch on that the same way. I guess there was an expectation that people, obviously the movie did very well, maybe more so than anticipated, but maybe in the making of the movie there was an expectation that most of the people who see the movie will have seen the YouTube thing, so they didn't need to recover all that old ground. Thumbs up from me, big thumbs up on Backrooms. I think I liked it even more than you or Barry. So, but I think we're all in the same ballpark. I think we had a 7, and an 8.
Yeah.
So listeners, you're in for a good time.
Pretty good.
And then I saw Jackass Best and Last, which is the 5th and final entry in the poo and puke saga, as I call it. It's an enjoyable time, sure, if you're into that kind of thing, which I am. I enjoyed it, but there's a lingering feeling of like, okay, so the story with this movie is they announced back in February, I want to say, that they were doing a 5th and final Jackass movie. And then in the weeks and months after, it became apparent that what it was actually going to be was half of a best of and half new footage.
Oh, that's
which is like, it's like watching a Simpsons clip show episode.
Yeah.
Where you wonder, okay, so the budget, so first of all, the budget for this movie was the same as the budget for the 4th movie, which was a completely new footage movie. So why would they? The lingering feeling watching this movie is, why did they not just make a full new movie? Reading up on it, apparently the real reason this movie was made at all was because Paramount had made a what's the word? They had promised that they were going to make a certain number of movies in a certain time, so they had to shit one out, really low effort and really low budget. But I mean, you're watching it going, why are we seeing footage that we've seen before when Jackass has never been a series about high concept story or CGI or, I mean, it's just and then the guy farts in the jar, then the guy smells it. There you go. That's 10 minutes of your movie done, you know?
Yeah.
So it really feels like, I don't want to call it a lost opportunity, but to do the last movie, which they kind of did with the previous one, to do a last movie where you go all out and you do one last hurrah, and then to have an epilogue where most of the stuff you've seen before was a little bit lame. And all the new stuff that they did was all funny, and I was laughing throughout, of course, but there was no sort of central big stunt to hang your hat on. It was all sort of middling, forgettable stuff. Similar to stuff they've done before, in fact. So I liked it. It was fun, but coming away from it, I still don't quite get why they didn't just make a new one fully. Straight. But it was fine. What about yourself? What have you seen?
Just the one film, an old one that was on Netflix, Postcards from the Edge, which stars Meryl Streep and Shirley MacLaine. And so it's
good actress.
Very good. So it's two bloody good actresses and a young Dennis Quaid as well. It's based on Postcards from the Edge, which is a book by Carrie Fisher, kind of semi-autobiographical about her time as like an actress and then falling into like drug addiction and trying to get through that and having like, coming from a kind of celebrity family as well, and what's that like, trying to live up to that kind of expectation. So Meryl Streep plays kind of this actress with drug problem who's ordered by the studio to go and live with her mother, who was also a famous like Hollywood starlet from the 50s.
Yeah.
So she's got this very overbearing mother. She's dealing with this drug addiction. She's on this movie that she doesn't want to do, and everyone's talking about her. And so it's a very kind of old school movie, and it's a pure like drama about characters, right? It's not like there's no concept. There's no kind of it's not even like a kind of A24 movie where it's like, oh, it's a drama about people, but there's some weird concept that the actress turns into a hat. It's like, no, it's just about the relationship between a mother and a daughter, and they both happen to be very famous. A lot of really good cameos in it. Gene Hackman, Rob Reiner's in it as well, quite a few others. It's a very strong movie that's again about the performances, and kind of resolves without any like there's no battle scene. There's no kind of like fight. Nothing burns down.
Really good ending of characters.
There's nothing like that. It's just a very human. It's about relationships evolving, and the the climax is about them getting past this kind of problems in the relationship and finding some resolution and moving forward. Like that's it. So the film is one I haven't seen before, but Meryl Streep, I always like to kind of revisit stuff from her that I haven't seen because she's just one of those actresses, really, worth watching. 1990, so kind of set in the sort of 80s. So that was good, and that was about it for the week. And then we were at Center Parcs on holiday for Friday until this morning. So that was a lot of fun, out and about, and swimming and all sorts of things, looking at trees. So yeah, that was good. But no movies or TV.
Is that one of the things they advertise? Come look at the trees. Center Parc.
Yeah, actually, on one of them, it's like.
Did you go on a little zip line? That's what I want.
We didn't do the zip line. No, we shook it out.
I like the zip line.
Did geocaching, which was...
I thought you won.
We won the geocaching. Very competitive as we are. We sprinted around Centre Parks. We were like desperate to win this geocaching. I've got to beat these other teams. And so we ended up winning that. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, they do. I think one of the Centre Parks does actually advertise, come and see the biggest tree in England. So
is it a big promise?
I mean, I haven't seen it, but they did have some big trees at this one. So I can only imagine if this is the biggest one, it must be probably bloody big. Big English redwood.
Good.
Derby's back, apparently. Did this happen just now? I haven't heard anything about this.
Came on Friday.
Is it all of it, or?
Yeah, all of it, yeah. The 5th and final season is done.
That was quick.
Came out on Friday. Actually, I don't think I talked about this at the time, but a month or so ago, they brought out a pre-episode called Gary. It was an hour-long special. That's sort of an episode prior to season 5, which I watched at the time. And I found it had a lot of the same problems as seasons 3 and 4 had, which is that it's an hour-long special with about 20 minutes worth of stuff in it, and the other 40 minutes it just meanders along and nothing happens.
Got you.
And I have started season 5 of The Bear. Came out on Friday, as I said. 8 episodes.
Yeah.
And I've finished it already. I've watched the entire season. I would say it's been getting, I've seen kind of reviews all over from very good to sort of the more sniffy reviews, as Mark Kermode would say. I thought it was maybe the best season since season 2.
Wow, okay.
They made some very smart decisions insofar as the pacing of the season. So it's 8 episodes rather than 10. Only 2 of the episodes of the 8 are more than 40 minutes, which means 6 of them are roughly 30 or below. I think the first 2 are like 21 and 23. So it's a lot snappier. There's less time for and then Carmi looked out a window and then someone cooked asparagus the wrong way. So there's not so much of that. It's more to the point and kind of covers the fallout of the end of season 4. And obviously then concludes the series. So yeah, I quite enjoyed it. It definitely it does that even though this is a Hulu /FX /Disney thing. Yeah, it does the HBO thing of really paying off a lot of the character stuff in the 7th episode. Right. And the 8th episode is maybe more of an epilogue or more to pay off the story of the rest, more so than the story of the people. Right. Episode 7, it's a total banger. Episode 7 is the best episode of the season and one of the better episodes of the show overall, I would say. Fair. So well worth a watch. There are some moments, I would say, where it does lean into sentimentality in quite a big way, but I guess that stands out because the show to this point has been quite a cynical-minded show. Right. And so when certain characters get that happy ending, you think, oh, this is sort of unusual for this kind of show. But I guess it's earned because, look, these characters have been through 4 years of just misery up to this point. So you can have some characters. Yeah. So yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's available on Hulu /Disney Plus. And it's well worth a watch. And yeah, the show is now done until they do a revival series in 20 years' time. The Bear comes back and all the old cast are back except for obviously Jeremy Allen passed away, so he's not in it. But no, it's well worth a watch, and like I say, doesn't suffer from a lot of the issues I had with seasons 3 and 4, which I thought were too plodding, too meandering. This one knows it's the last season, so it doesn't waste a lot of time. So very good. And then to close up our show, I did finish that James Bond video game, 007 First Light. Nice. Any good? It's very good, and I did a lot of spying, and I shot some people, and he says the name's Bond, James Bond. All the classic bits are in it. It is a game where the first 3/4 of it have a lot of the very fun. You're sneaking around. For those of us who played Hitman gameplay, you're sneaking around. You're finding clues. I need to get into this room. So almost sort of like a video game escape room of sorts, I guess. You need to get into this room. So you need to find the guy who has the key. You need to distract him with something so you can take the key off. So what you can do to distract him is you can light this little wheelbarrow of leaves on fire. But to do that, you need to find the lighter. So you need to find the guy with the lighter. And so, you're following this story. And there's, in a lot of the levels, there's multiple options. You don't even have to do the story thing on fire. You can do something else. Climb up this pipe instead. Go over this pipe.
Yeah.
The game has a lot of that, which is really, really fun. And that's when the game is at its most fun. When James Bond is doing the spying and sneaking around, being all... But if you've ever watched a James Bond movie, you know that James Bond can't just sneak the whole time. Especially towards the climax. That's when James Bond needs to be punching people and shooting people and hanging off planes. And so the game does follow that kind of framework, which is fine. But then from a gameplay perspective, the last bit of the game is very linear and not as fun to play by virtue of that. But I understand why they felt like they had to do it. You have to get through the enemies and fight the boss at the end, and that's all well and good. But I like the other bits better. But yeah, game otherwise was very fun. I would obviously highly recommend it for fans of James Bond and fans of Hitman. It was my only real criticism of the game is that towards the end it does get very linear and does get very typical of third-person action-adventure games, of which there are many. So if you've played any of them, the game will suddenly become very familiar, overly familiar feeling, and maybe a little bit boring. But it's not a very long game anyway, so it's not too much of a concern. And the game overall is very good. I would give it a good, wait for the score, 8.5 out of 10. That's a good score, folks. So I got 8.5 on a maths exam. I'd be very happy.
Brilliant.
And then we've got book golf. Close us out.
Books, yeah.
So I finished that James Bond book as well. Get this. It had a different ending than the game.
What?
It's like they weren't the same property or anything. But again, I think I said this last week. It's very funny because they are both origin stories for James Bond, but tell completely different stories.
Well,
so in the game, you got one version of why does Bond drink a vodka martini shaken not stirred? And then in the book, it's got a different little arc.
Well, he's a spy. I mean, maybe it's...
Exactly.
Keep me guessing.
The book, I will say I was a little bit disappointed with, because I really like that author's previous Bond book, Trigger Mortis, which I raved about on here. I was like, oh my God, it's like a real Bond movie in book form. It was a page turner. I could imagine in my head all the action. Oh, it was great. This one, sort of boring. Not a lot happens in it. A little bit too simple, a little bit too straightforward. I was okay. I wasn't mad on it. I would recommend, if you're interested, maybe skip that one. There's another one by the same author that I'll check out. Hopefully that's a little bit more bombastic again. Yeah. And then I'm reading, I'm reading Origin, which is the fifth Dan Brown, Robert Langdon book. This is the Da Vinci Code series. With I've read Da Vinci Code, Angels and Demons, Lost Symbol, Inferno, and now I'm reading Origin. And there's a new one out, Secret of Secrets. These books are very fun, but I get a kick out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I get a kick out of it. So this is the thing of Origin is there's an Elon Musk type who's a big tech boy. Oh, hang on a second. We got a damn image to look at here. Very good. But this guy has done some game theory via supercomputer, and has worked out the answers to who are we, where do we come from, humanity I'm talking about, and where are we going. He's figured it out. And as he's going to announce it to the world, something doesn't quite go to plan. Oh, God. And so Robert Langdon has to figure out the situation. And of course, he does that by looking in the corner of a painting, seeing a special code.
And then working out a very simple cryptic crossword clue. I would probably really enjoy that, to be honest. So
I got it from my local library. I'm sure you could.
Okay.
It is a big book though, and the newest one is like even 700 pages or something. So I'm trying to get through it. But they are silly and they are fun. And hey, look, if you're gonna hate on me for liking a Dan Brown book, I'm guilty as charged. Okay, but I can do about that. Da Vinci Code. Oh my God, the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church did it. Oh, that's silliness. Anyway, that's all we got for you this week, folks.
That is the show. Thank you for joining us once again. We're back next week with more World Cup chat, bit of AEW fallout. Barry hopefully back, and all the usual bits and pieces. So do send us an email if you did the quiz, if you played along.
How'd you do on it?
How did you do? Did you beat me? Did you toss a coin and equal my
Did
score?
you beat Joe's 7 in a row wrong answers? That's what I really want to know. That's the real thing to beat.
Just try that out. See what's going on. Send us an email. Anything you want, any praise, any abuse, any questions, any thoughts, we'll read them. And
I don't really want abuse though.
Send Barry the abuse.
I don't really enjoy that.
Don't send it to Paul. He doesn't like it.
No, thank you.
Thank you for joining us. We will see you again next week. Goodbye.